8 minutes earlier to kind of check, because in the past 2 days, the live stream, I think the roaming, keep disconnected. But after 10 minutes, then it stay, stable. So that's why I think that I better come here earlier and make sure that this live streaming stay stable. Okay. But we will start it 7 minutes later, and right now, if some of you already, online and doing the breathing in, breathing out. Okay, now 8 o'clock. Good evening, and let's start on time. I came about 8 minutes earlier to live streaming to avoid the disconnection like yesterday, because you kind of stay once 10 minutes, and I think that it stayed quite stably. So okay, this is already our days for meditation, and today I read some the news. Find that people post the passing away news, or people they know or unknown, and I hope that everybody stay to stay safe and to have a good habit. Always wash your hands and try not to touch the eye, nose, mouth. Always remind yourself, or you can keep a cloth, handkerchief, clean one every time you want wipe away something on your nose or your eyes. Make sure use an inner handkerchief, to wipe up the things on your face. Okay, and I hope that people can, if you have learned about this meditation, maybe you can modify it, become an easy, short version to share with your kids at home. Teach them how to do meditation, even for just 1 minute. And the easier, the simple way of meditation, just ask them close eyes and then focus on breathing in and breathing out. If the children can take up this kind of good habit, it will be really helpful to them. Okay, now let's today we're going to focus on as I mentioned, the strongest sensation on our body. After you scan from the top and then right and left, part by part to the bottom, scan the sensation on your body, and you will find there are certain you find a very strong sensation, like a or mostly it's pain and heavy, sore, what we call sore, or even so you should just move all your, after the scan, and then move your concentration, your focus. For example, you feel my knee is really hurt, then just move all your concentration to that area and started what we so-called the 解空, an empty analysis. Like you go, knees hurt, then you go to this area, try to find out where exactly that pinpoint area it's really hurt. Just kind of bring your mind focus there and kind of a little bit searching and looking for that exactly the place. And usually you will never find it. Okay. And that is kind of very interesting. Every time when we talk about there, here, that part, that area. Okay. The second way to do it is to, kind of start to analyze what does mean about pain. I feel pain. Of course, the feeling immediate is, oh, it hurts. But when you go there to make an analysis about what does mean about the elements of a pain, you will find very interesting. It's not very stable. It's not last long sensation. So this is what we call emptiness and analysis. And you will find the so-called the area and the sensation of pain. It's not kind of is that delusion at all? Maybe yes. Because even our sensation keep changing. Okay, so you cannot really find the permanent sensation, the permanent feeling in a permanent area. That is the function that we go over to those kind of what we call the strongest sensation in the body part. And I just want to share with you one of my experience. I remember my first time in the vippasana meditation, and that was in Goenka's vippasana meditation. And I started it, and somehow I feel like in my left side, close to my it's kind of there was a conjunction, and to the extent I almost couldn't breathe. And so, of course, I went to talk to the meditation assistant, but I don't think that she has an answer for me. So then I come back, and I have the thought. I was thinking, well, excuse me, if I really cannot breathe and I will be suffocated to death. And I was thinking about, if I die on the cushion, that would be an honor for a nun, isn't it? So being a Buddhist monastic or Buddhist practitioner on the cushion, it's quite a privilege, I think. Okay, but anyway, that shows determination that I really want to get through it. So I keep concentrated on the area of conjunction with my mind, and you penetrate, start to make an emptiness analysis. And I think that after the whole day, I've been doing that, just that method. And suddenly, I feel like, from my heart, the left side, close to the heart, and there was kind of an energy, like an arrow, penetrated to my back shoulder. It penetrated, and then suddenly, the conjunction disappeared. So I feel like this kind of a focus on the sensation body. Indeed, it's also quite a healthy way to maintain, the body. In Chinese, we call 养生, maintenance of well-being, of the maintenance health. Okay, so let's start it. What we're going to do, focus on today, empty analysis on your sensation of your body, okay? Again, body, breath, mind, okay? Then the first one, usually your feet either closed, half lotus or full lotus. Okay. And then, secondly, your back upright. Okay. Circle clockwise, counterclockwise. If you have, you can do a little bit more. First one to make sure that you sit, stable, and then also make sure that you loosen all the muscle body. Now the hands, the thumb slightly closed, the shoulder open up, put it down, chin pour in, and the tongue slightly touched behind the upper teeth, and eye closed. Okay, now you have a perfect body position. Now breathing in, breathing. Okay, always remember when you started to do meditation, take a good position of the body posture. So this is kind of a good foundation to have a good meditation. So I would like you to become a good habit. Arrange your body step by step according to what we told you, the 7th step of Virochana. And then move to breathing. Okay, always start it with the breathing in, breathing out. All your attention right now is on your nostrils. The air comes in, the air goes out. The breathing is a subtle, fine, it's better. Not closed. You should not have a noise and no panting either. Breathing in, the air permeates to all parts of your body. Now let's start scan your body from the very top, the center, the top of your head. Raise the awareness, mindfulness on the sensation of that part of your body. Of your head, the whole head, forehead, right eyebrow, right eye, left eyebrow, left eye, right cheek on your face. Sometimes you feel tickling, numb, heavy, sore, tight. Now move to left. Left cheek. Now the mouth. The back of your neck. Front part of your neck. Your chest, your stomach, your belly, now to right shoulder, right upper arm, right elbow, lower arm, wrist, your palm, right hand, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, the fifth finger. Now to left shoulder, left arm, left elbow, left lower arm, left first finger, thumb, the index, the middle finger, ring finger, and the pinky. Now go back. Your spine. To your waist. Now to your hip. Right hip. It's a sensation when your hip press on the cushion. your right thigh, knee, right leg, right foot, first toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Let's move to the left hip. Left thigh, left knee, left leg, now to left foot, first toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. The sole of foot, where is the sensation of this part of the body? Sore, pains, hurt, heavy, cold, numb, now let's move to the strongest, the most hurt, or most heavier, or short. The strongest sensation in the part of your body. All your attention and mind, that part. To contemplate. The first, it hurts, but where is the pinpoint area? Try to find out where exactly the secondly, what is exact means the element of hurt, pain. Your mind focus on those area, the area. do some metta meditation, loving kindness, prayer to ourselves and to the people we know and unknown to us. May I be free from the infection of coronavirus and other disease, free from suffering, and be well and healthy. May my spouse, partner, and the children be free from infection of coronavirus and other disease, and free from suffering, be well and healthy. May my parents and my brother and sisters, siblings, free from the infection of coronavirus and other disease, free from suffering, be well and be healthy. May all my teachers and my students be free from the infection of coronavirus and other disease, free from suffering, and be well and healthy. May all my friends and neighbors be free from the infection of coronavirus and other disease, from suffering, and be well and healthy. May all the people in this country free from the infection of coronavirus and other disease, free from suffering, and be well and healthy. All the people in this world be free from the infection of coronavirus and other disease, free from suffering, and be well and healthy. Sentient beings, free from greed, hatred, and ignorance, and be well and be happy. May all the doctors and nurses, medical personnel be free from the infection of coronavirus and other disease, free from suffering, and be well and be healthy. We thank their tireless effort, energy, and taking the risk life and to save others. May all politician leaders be free from infection of coronavirus and other disease, free from greed, hatred, and ignorance, free from suffering, and be well and healthy. We prayed that they can take a wise measure and to save life and create harmonious society and peaceful world. May all the people who infected by coronavirus get the rapid recovery. May people die of coronavirus will be raised in peace and get the rebirth in a happy and better realm. Now rubbing your hands, cover your eyes. Massage your head and your ear, your neck, your shoulder, your arm, your back, your thigh, legs, knees, the feet. I don't know whether you have felt or feel that the whole body is warm, become warmer, and also sometimes you sweat, on your face and the body as well. So meditation indeed, first one is very good for the body, and secondly, very good for the mind. For example, when we do the breathing in, the concentration, it can get rid of a destructive, thought. And you know what? Those anxiety, those depression, those worry and anger are negative thought. But if you can, in a very short time, like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 1 minute, just living in concentration on breathing. There was no the other thought. That means you can reduce lots of negative thought. Then without accumulating those negative thoughts, then you can develop more positive and happy emotion. That is why we have to do the meditation. And as I also mentioned that, if we always doing the meditation, basically, your body can have a certain extent maintain healthy as well. That feel the warmth, the heat, the energy in your body. Okay? So today, I'd like to share with you some of the Buddhist teaching. We have been teaching you about we call the Anapana meditation. Anapana means breathing in, breathing out, breathing. And that will go to the Samatha concentration. And, doing this vippasana called insight meditation is leading us to get more insight or wisdom. And it's a kind of, every time when we talk about meditation, that's kind of a two major, way, the gateway, make yourself healthy. The last almost 4 days, we have a talk about 4 of contemplation. We talk about the first one, think about the body is not always perfect. quite a lot of, from Buddhist perspective, there are quite a lot of, kind of impurity. Urine, excretion, and, our body get dirty, as well. Then the sensation, like you go through your body, and now you find that the sensation is not always there, the same. It changed. And then after you scan it, you will, some part of your body not very pleasant, also hurt, sore, numb, and all kinds of feeling as well. And then our thought, change, not just every second, almost like a microsecond as well. Then finally we talk about, everything in this world are all interconnected. All interconnected. There was no, we call self, something you can totally independent without relying on other people, or something you cannot divide or break it, because we are, in interdependent, on each other's world, and inter-affected. So this is what we call the, 4 kinds of contemplation, even in our daily life, in the way we see the world. And also you will find that in Buddhism we also talk about, we have a monkey-like horse running the mind, the thought, and how can you stop this kind of a distracted thought? So that a Buddhist teaching uses the other way to do. This is also a contemplation as well. So then you will say, well, let's check what kind of a negative in our life. Well, Buddhism will mention three major kinds. One is called greed, the other one is hatred, and the other one is called ignorance. Where this greed come from? If we analyze in our life through, when we talk about, mostly it's from our sense organ. The sensation through our sense organ. For example, I see something, I find, it's very pleasant. It's very ugly. Or you hear some of the music. It's a good music. Or it's very noise. It hurts. Or you smell good, smell bad. Or you taste good or taste bad. Or that you touch something very uncomfortable or something very smooth, or something to you like it, or someone says something you don't like it. So if you look at it, all this information, through our sense organ, we receive, you can divide it into basically pleasant and unpleasant. Or sometimes you also have a so-called neutral, neither pleasant nor unpleasant. And when something you know what, we would like to repeat again. And we develop what? Lust, desire, greed. Or something unpleasant, then we become dislike. And then become so-called hatred. And even sometimes we say, well, I don't feel it's okay. It's not okay, because that means we tend to not raise the impermanence of neutralization as well. Do not lack of insight, the insightfulness. So that means come from the ignorance. And so how will we deal with all this greed, hatred, ignorance? The first one, deal with greed. That is what Buddhism teaches us, to see something last for, like a desire for, and see that also has the impermanence. As I kind of share with you, even you have a good, nice house, but after 1 month, you probably lost that excitement. The most common car. Lots of people love new car, but after 1 month, you excitement. But unfortunately, a lot of relationship also lose kind of a, excitement as well. So that's really unfortunately. But things is always change, okay? So the way to deal with this greed, and the Buddhist teachings say, well, just look at it the eye as well. So, unfortunately, in our life, and many of the stalking, people love someone, and not really love, but other people. And if a break out, they still want to stalking, the other party. And that, well, I think in this case, most is about ego. Ego and plus the lust, desire. Okay. So in Buddhism, that to deal with the greed, we need to always, double check the things. You like this so much, but you know what? It will change. Or, it's not that always perfect and not that pure. And how about deal with hatred? Well, then you have to generate what we call the compassion. And I'm so happy that at the end of our meditation, we always kind of go through metta meditation. The metta means compassion or lovingness. Yeah. And I don't know whether you have the same kind of experience or feeling. I know that in our life, maybe you are Democrat, you are Republican, or people, from China, we don't like American politician, or American people don't like Chinese politician. And I know when I'm doing the metta meditation, and I said, okay, may all the politician leader free from suffering. Indeed, frankly, I also don't like some of the politicians. Okay, and maybe I also have kind of a tendency to favor certain party, but that's still very secular, very worldly. So every time when I mention, when I pray, say, how these politicians free from suffering and free from the infection of corona. And I find that it's amazing that kind of my dislike emotion, dislike feeling kind of mitigated, not that strong. So I think that's good. That's really good practice for ourselves. So it's really good that even we send our loving kindness to what we call the rival, and the first immediately is to yourself. You suddenly kind of reduce, mitigate, the emotion against someone. And this is what we call the kindness. And the third one, it's about ignorance. That means we don't see things as they really are. If you ask me, why you want to become a Buddhist? Of course, in the other, maybe some people say, well, I become a nun because I want to serve God. And of course, we have to respect all of other religion. They use their language to express their devotion. In the reason that I want to become a nun or I become a Buddhist is because the ultimate goal is I would like to have the wisdom, the insight to see things as they really are. To pursue the truth. That's the real reason. I become a nun. My whole life I've been pursue the wisdom and looking for so-called the ultimate. And in Buddhism, talk about means we can see things as they really are. Well, how can you see things as they really are? Well, put it the other way. From our daily experience or use our worldly information, knowledge that we started from, we are fooled by fake news, fake information, and got yourself so upset. And the secondly, maybe your mind is more clear and more and still see things that are not too biased, avoid too extreme. But still, from Buddhism, you have not seen the ultimate truth either. I this metaphor where I will say, okay, more than 6 billion people on this earth, when we see the sunrise and sunset, but there was no sunrise or sunset once if you leave out this earth. You just see Earth's cell rotation and rotate around the sun and create the so-called, sunrise and sunset. More than 6 billion people do not see the as well. So we need to learn more, scientific attitude. I also believe that religion need to accept the challenge from the science. If you are really truth, why you were afraid of a challenge from the different field? Because if it's truth, then it will be the truth. It's not just for Buddhism. It will for everybody, or even for from the many perspectives. Okay. So this is today we're going to I share with you these 3 the kind to deal with the greed, hatred, and ignorance. And tomorrow we will talk more about the other two. And these 5 practices also in Buddhism is what? The way to stop, very distracted, mind and bring to the concentration. Okay. Well, I will see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I think that to avoid the Wi-Fi unstable, I would like to start in maybe 10 minutes early. And if you're available, you can come to sit with us, like a 7:50 p.m. And then, still the class will start at 8 p.m. Okay, good night. Stay safe and healthy. Make sure wash a lot, and if can, wear the mask. Good night.